Hey guys, Davis here. Welcome back to Tech-Junkie. In this video, I will configure MariaDB Galera cluster on Ubuntu 22.04 for our HAProxy IDEA setup. We will configure 3 nodes cluster with 2 in the primary site and 1 in the secondary site. A cluster need more than 50% fault to maintain quorum. In short, the cluster can withstand a single node failure. If their 2 nodes go offline unexpectedly at the same time, we need to manually bring the service online. We will also configure HAProxy to load balance the cluster. Enough chit chat, let's begin. So, first of all, you need to install 3 Ubuntu server, of course. I've already prepared that. So let me SSH to the host. One, two, three. So the MariaDB 01 is in and 02 is in the primary site. MariaDB 11 is in the secondary site. So I have prepared the configuration steps in advance in the GitHub. I will put it in the description. No worry for that. There are also some consideration for the node assignment and how many nodes you should have and how to handle the crash recovery. So let's begin our installation. Let's install the MariaDB and Galera 4 on every node. Okay, I'm not yet root. Let me sudo -i to become root. Paste that. Install the MariaDB and Galera. Also for the node 02 and 11. Paste. Paste. I will be back when the installation is finished for the packages. Alright, it's done. Okay, let me rearrange the order. 01, 02 and 11. Yep, all installed. And then prepare some variable for our config files. Actually, there are 2 config files we need to adjust. The first one is this sc MySQL mariadb.com.d 60-galera.cnf. There are some configuration we need to be adjust and or add in this file. So instead of typing in one by one, and for the correctness and the tidiness or whatever, I wrote some script for that. Okay, so actually you have to give it hosts in this array and the corresponding IP address in the exact order. That way it will generate the configuration we need. Okay, this one. Paste here. Actually, it grab the IP address and write it on the temp file. Oops. For you and for you. Okay. And then another string. We need the all the IP address in one line. So that's the actual file. As you can see, the cluster name here, the host IP, oh, not here, the host IP here, which we wrote on this file, the host name, and the clusters or IP address in one line will be embedded in this file. So we using the commands, we don't have to write it one by one. That can also prevent our careless mistakes. For you, and for you. Okay, hit end. Okay, let's clear the screen and have a look. Looks good. Also looks good. Looks good too. Where is it? Okay, by default, the MariaDB or MySQL is only listening on the loopback IP address, so we have to change it to listen on all IP addresses. Came here, and we can always check on it, see if the binding address changed to 0.0.0.0 or not. It's good. It's good. So basically, we are using the UFW to add all the IP address to the firewall to allow the host, one host to another. It will loop through all the IP address in the array. So yeah, that's it. And then allow some basic ports. That's for SSH. This one is for the MariaDB. Actually, let's. The last one is enabling the firewall. Actually, you can skip that if you want to disable the firewall, but for me, just keep it enabled. No, not a big deal for me. Before we enable the firewall, we can show you that. Yep, it showed inactive. No worry. After that, it will be active now. Yeah, cool. And then we have to configure the AppArmor not blocking our MariaDB. Copy all these. Just copy and paste. Okay, the next step is actually forming the cluster on the primary node, but there are also some background tasks you have to know, because we have the cluster span across two data center, virtual data center, of course. So you have to take care of the firewall rules. I've already added the rules in advance. So as you can see, the MariaDB on the primary side, as you can see, 10.10.h.35, 36, 37. 37 is not in use right now, but whatever. Go to the secondary side, MariaDB 10.11.h.35 to 37. Vice versa, on the secondary size pfSense, I already configured the rules to allow the pf I mean to allow the secondary size MariaDB to access the primary size MariaDB or traffic or pause. Come on. 1108. Yep. So that's you need to know. Get back here. Node 1. Oops, not you. You in a junk, yeah. Okay, let's form our cluster. Okay, let's log in the MariaDB. By default, the root does not have a IP address. Does not have a password. I'm sorry. So there are some basic commands for checking the Galera cluster. Where is it? Come on. Yep. This one is checking the size. Actually, it returns a number that how many nodes in a cluster. Of course, we have only started the cluster. Other node is not joining the cluster yet. So we can on the other node, we can restart the MariaDB service. It will join the cluster automatically. Let's see. So the cluster size is now 2 because we have 2 nodes in the cluster. Oops, not you. Let's also do it in the third node, the node in the secondary side. So let's see. The cluster size is now 3. Cool. And we can use this command to see if the cluster is synced. Yeah, it's synced. Cool. This one shows lots of information that I'm not currently know. I don't have many knowledge on them, but there are some critical information you can see here. The WSREP value is on. If this value is not on, is some off or other value, the cluster may be done already. Yep. So okay, And for the next step is configure our HAProxy to load balancing the traffic, because most of the application do not have the ability to specify multiple database. So we have to provide a highly available access endpoint for them. Okay. Also, there's one of the checking in the HAProxy require a user that without a password. So and in this link, show to tell you that you can actually create a user without a password, but with many limitations on them. First of all, the IP it can be initiate the connection, and the action is kind of limited. So the maximum statement time is very small. So it cannot actually do any query. And yeah, let's create the user. Oh, but by the way, when we make changes on one database, and of course the changes will be replicated to the other databases. Can I use so user? I'm not familiar with the SQL. Oh no. How do I maybe show grants? No. Oop, maybe this one. Okay, I give up at the moment. But let's quit this one. Okay, it's time to configure the HAProxy. Come here. Services, HAProxy, backend. Let's add backend first. What's the name in context? Backend primary dash app. Okay. BE primary dash Galera. Yep, cool. So this load balancer will only make the request to the primary size database. You can add the other size database in here as well, but I will stick with the primary size database servers. Okay, the IP address, that one, 3306. Yep. The other one, MariaDB 02 10.10.8.36 3306. Load balancing options. Remember to choose source, or you'll get many weird behavior here. Okay, the health check method. We can choose the MySQL. Frequency, leave at default. So the user, what we created is, what is it? PF test. Yep, PF test. Stack table, other. Okay, let's save. Apply changes. Okay, it's grayed out because we don't have front end. Let's create a front end for the service. Add. Do I have front end primary? Yep, I have this one. Status active. Listening on 10.10.8.1 3306. Max connection default. Okay. Type TCP. Of course, TCP. Default backend. Our Galera cluster. Our Galera backend. Save. Apply changes. Let's see. Oops. No. Oh, crap. Okay. Both of our backend is online. Let's see if we can use the MySQL Workbench. This tool is quite handy for connecting to the MySQL or MariaDB. Although when it connecting to the MariaDB, it will show some warning from time to time. You can also use other DB tools like dbeaver. Yep. Let's add the address here. Oh, one more thing. Do I have the firewall rules to allow the 3306? No, really? Okay, never mind. Let me add a rule. Actually, source any destination this firewall. There should be a MySQL service. Is there? No, really? 3306. Galera. HAProxy Galera. Save. Alright. Galera. Hostname 10.10. Actually, this host, this virtual machine has a root covered on other subnet, so I think it's cool. But for other connection from this segment, we need this root. Yep. Because yep, because the workstation is in the LAN segment, we got the any rules. Okay, let's get back here. What is it? 8.1. Oh, I forgot. I should add a user because by default the root user is not allowing remote connection. Okay. Let me log back into the MySQL, the MariaDB, I mean, and create a user with this password from any host, grant all privileges, and flush the privileges. what is it? DB admin. Okay. DB admin. Test connection. Yep, it's working. Actually, we can also connect to the database directly, but let's see. Let's have some other tests first. We are on the MariaDB 01. Let's create a test database. Database 01. Oh crap. Create database test 01. Yep, my bad. Okay, let's see if we can see the database here on the secondary size node. Show databases. Oh crap, I always forget the semicolon. So okay, it's working. And yeah, the next one, we can also test out the 10.10.8.1 test connection. Oops, nope. DB admin test connection. Okay, let's bring all the MySQL, bring all the MariaDB backend to offline, disable, I mean, so that we should not be able to connect to the DB. Disable, save, apply. So where is it? Come on, get back here. MySQL admin. Okay. Let's edit the connection. Test. Not working. Expected. HAProxy, come on. Where are you? Oh, I'm already here. Crap. Because the MariaDB got manually disabled. Let's get back here and enable one of the MySQL. How about I enable the second one first? Save, apply changes, and see the step page once again. Okay, one is up. Let's see. Yep, it's working. Looks good. Let's try the other one. Enable the first one, disable the second one. Save, apply. Stats. So this time the MariaDB 02 is disabled. Let's get back here to the MySQL Workbench. Edit the connection. Test the connection. Continue anyway. Okay. Cool. There you have it. That's the Galera cluster of the MariaDB. We will be using this database as our X-ray database for the privacy idea X-ray setup in the next video. We will be also using the MySQL Workbench to export and import the database. So I will see you in the next one.